Now then, people, welcome back to the Just Joe Football Show, and it's time for your Leeds versus Chelsea post-match chat. Before we get in, as always, like the video if you can, subscribe to the channel, get your comments in and hit that notification bell. Trigger warning, if you're here for positivity, if you're here for praising of the side or, sort of, oh, it's only Chelsea, it's okay, then probably don't watch now, because regardless of the opposition, Leeds United were just rubbish tonight. Absolutely rubbish. From start to finish, no fight, no passion, no grit, no determination, no plan. No shots on goal, on target anyway. No shots on target. Pragmatic, still lost the game 3-0. Okay, and had no shots on goal. So as mentioned in the preview, isn't attack the best form of defence. I hate to well, no, I don't hate to do it. I'm gonna do it. Previously we had a goal. The reverse fixture against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, we lost 3-2. I think we had 17 shots in that game. Tonight we had 3, not one on target. And I think maybe one of them inside the opposition box probably came from a set piece, because we're Burnley FC these days. Look, level it at the players, the squad, the board, whatever. I understand it. It's not good enough. We've been let down. Either Bielsa should have gone sooner. He shouldn't have gone sacked. He should have been backed. Whatever you want, right? Whatever you want. But ultimately, Jesse is managing the team now, okay? I said pre-match, don't play your best player at right wing back. He did, yeah? Rafinha was rubbish tonight. Let me just caveat that. But the odd forays into their half we had came from him. There was a ball that almost got Rodrigo in. There was one where him and Rodrigo were playing up top. This is what I'm saying as well. Why so many different bloody permutation, formations, movements? It's all right tinkering, but wow, what's going on? Like, I genuinely feel Jesse's just trying anything. I feel a bit sorry for him. He's out of his depth. He's out of his depth. I said it, he's out of his depth. It's too late now for changing. We just go. We've got 2 games. I hope and pray something that he puts together clicks and we can get a result. But at the minute, it's just not, The 4 centre-backs, one of them playing at left-back. When you've got a left-back, and yes, Firpo's been rubbish, but he's ended up having to come on the pitch anyway. What does that do for Firpo's confidence? Or you're getting dropped for Struijk, who's a centre-back. Struijk's only playing when needed to come on as a sub for a centre-back. So I don't know. 4 centre-backs. Lewis Bate got his start. Feel sorry for Lewis Bate. Just got absolutely, done. What a game to come into for him. Joffrey, a game brought on for Rafinha. Rafinha didn't want to come off. I don't know if Jesse's too matey with them. He's having to have conversations with him on the sideline saying, please don't take me off. And he's going, oh, please, just get off if he's asked you to come off. He's the manager, isn't he? But Joffrey coming on, hardly playing a part. Rodrigo, rubbish. The leadership squad that was put together by Jesse, Rodrigo's involved. He gets dropped last week. He's playing this week. I just don't know anymore. I don't know what the plan is, what we're doing out there. I want someone to tell me, because, it's to go down as well, right? Right. Okay. So some will say being too harsh, not his players, etc., etc. I hear that. But the system's his, and the system's at fault for the first goal. We play so narrow, that when Rafinha, who rushes out to Alonso, why? Well, he's not a right back, so he doesn't have a Scooby-Doo what he's doing. Rushes out to Alonso, gets beaten by him. He plays it into the middle of the park. And the ball is then popped out to Reece James, who, if you watch my watch along before the game, I said, don't give him space. He's one of the best crossers of a ball in the division from that position. Far too much space. Strauch nowhere near him. Pops it off to Mount. Mount scores. Mount's a phenomenal player. Loves to play against us. He said so in his post-match. The Derby link, the Chelsea thing, he loves it. He scores. He was phenomenal tonight. I rate Mason Mount. Goal and an assist. I don't even know if he was involved with the Lukaku one. The Lukaku one, man. Oh my God, bodies flying everywhere. So the system is at fault for the first goal for me. And I mean, what I will say, unlike the other game, I felt a bit sorry for Jesse in that, Dan James red card, that's him out now. What is going on? Like the whole team is just imploding. Like Dallas, Forshaw, Somerville, Ayling, James, Roberts, they're all out. Harrison comes off injured. We don't know if we're going to get Bamford. We're done. Do you know what I mean? We might as well just say, listen, we concede. Do you know what I mean? But there's still 2 games, isn't there? There's still 2 games. You just never know. It would be a miracle. It would be a miracle, an undeserved. An undeserved. Just on the Dan James red card, I've seen people say it wasn't. If they were at the game, I could understand it, because on first viewing, I didn't think it was, because he got the ball. But on second viewing, oh my days, it was reckless as. Studs on the ankle, could easily have snapped him. Kovacic had to come off. It was a dangerous follow through, and it was 100% a red card. Eat, sleep, red card, repeat. Eat, sleep, red card, repeat, get beat. That's Leeds United's mantra now under Jesse. Eat, sleep, red card, repeat, get beat. You know what I mean? And I'm sorry to do it, but it's true. Do you know what I mean? When you see it back, it's bad. And in the area that the pitch where it was, did it need to be as wild? But it's been coming. You could argue it's been coming, because Dan James, and I love him for it, does fly into them challenges. Is a little bit reckless, especially when he's been pressing from the front as the striker, when we're asking him to do a job under Bielsa, and he's running left, right, and centre, trying to chase down centre backs, chase down goalkeepers. So you could argue it's coming. And I feel like it's spilt over. The players, I mean, I thought at one point Calvin was going to go because he was on a yellow. You got Rafinha kicking off after Ayling arguing with Jesse on the sideline that he didn't want to come off. Like, what is this? Is there no respect for the man in charge? You know what I mean? Is it spilling over onto the pitch? You've seen like Rodrigo, Rafinha, Calvin having chances. I'm not going to lie, there was a point in me where I just wanted them to say, do you know what? Sack this system. We're just going to do what we know, what we've been well versed in for the last couple of years. Because for me, okay, people wanted pragmatism. They've got it. And we've still conceded 8 goals in the last 3 games. I mean, look, and the performances against top 6 have not been acceptable, regardless which way you look at it, yeah? 47 goals conceded in 12 games. And that includes Bielsa as well. Not acceptable from either. Not won any, not drawn any, lost 12, scored 8, and have conceded 47, man. 47. It's shocker. It's shocker. I don't know what happens. We're just sleepwalking now. Do you know what I mean? Sleepwalking to relegation. And it's just so disappointing. It's bad start as well. Jesse Marsh now is the first Leeds manager to lose as many as 3 of his first 5 league matches at Ellen Road since Neil Warnock in 2012. And listen, the watch along the comments and that, the football that we're being served up, it's almost like that. It's like Heckingbottom ball. It's like Warnock ball. It's just shocking and rubbish, man. You can't be enjoying it, people. People say, yeah, well, we got bad and that, but we had a go. We had a go. Now we don't. And you can see there on SofaScore the attacking momentum graph. And if you look there, obviously Leeds in the green. We had a little foray into their half, which I think we got a corner, as I say, hashtag Burnley FC at the minute, and then we get the red card. But even before that, I mean, it was all Chelsea, and we're at home, and people will say, yeah, but it's Chelsea. Someone said on the watch along, they're in the top 10 teams in the world, and others will say, they're in the top 4 and we were down to 10 men, etc. But let's not forget Everton beat these. And they've got one win in 5 prior to this. Beaten by Arsenal, drew with Man United, got beat by Everton and drew with Wolves. Do you know what I mean? They're not in great form. They made many changes. Yes, of course, they're still able to bring in quality. But, yeah, to go down 3-0 in the manner with which we did, rubbish. And this is what I'm saying. Is this what we've got to accept now as pragmatism? I'm not about that. Look, above you is that same graph, right? That same graph, but from the reverse fixture at Stamford Bridge. So away from home, you know what I mean? Much more goes into their half. We had efforts at goal, 17, I think, in total. We scored 2 goals. Yes, ultimately we lost the game. I understand it. And people have a go at me for comparing, but that's all I can do. All I can do is compare to the previous regime to rate where I'm at with the other man, with the current manager, Jesse. And I understand it's not his players and all that sort of stuff, but ultimately, it's the system that creates the opportunities for you. You know what I mean? Look, it was almost a carbon copy of the Arsenal game, especially in that first half. Early goal conceded, an avoidable red card. Just basically handing the game to Chelsea. Jesse said pre-match, stay in the game, try to take our opportunities. Maybe, if we don't concede early doors, we might see more of the system, but we just can't even do that. You know what I mean? We can't even do that. And, they were in full command. And like was said by many, you're just waiting for that second goal. We are like feeding on scraps or trying to create scenarios where we can feed on scraps when we're better than that. We've seen that we're better than that. We can create opportunities when we play a certain way. And that means being pragmatic at the back and still having a go, but we're not doing that, But even before the red card, Chelsea had us beat. Chelsea had us beat, and we were never getting anything from the game, which is so disappointing because, the club trying to create this thing with the fans before the game and all that sort of stuff. The fans bring the noise, man. You heard it tonight. So there's no worries on that part. It's the players and the manager that are not doing what's needed and the board, man. I hope they're happy. But Jesse tried to make changes. He played Rafa and Rodrigo up top. There's a chance early in the second half where Rafinha has to pass the ball to Rodrigo, tries to do it on his own. Then Chelsea make it 2-0 through Pulisic. Lovely little finish, well-worked goal. And look, we held our shape for a little bit. And while it's like that, I guess you still have a chance, at least. And I understand why people say, well, at least when it's like that, we still got a chance. Whereas, before we were 4-0 down at half-time and we don't have a chance, which is fair enough. Okay, I hear that. But it was always coming. Bait came off, obviously. Click came on, get him out of the firing line again. I don't know. It's just like he's just trying different players in different positions and all that sort of stuff. So, yeah, we had the Rafinha chance from a header that went over, not on target. But again, that came from playing with width, Junior with the ball. Yeah. It was quite funny. Someone said on the watch along, they actually missed complaining about missed chances because we don't even do that anymore, do we? At least at one point when we were missing chances, especially like in the Championship and that, we had something to complain about. Now we don't create chances in order to complain. Yeah, I think at one point Sam Greenwood was mooted as coming on, and I know he didn't. I think it was Joffin. Well, it was Joffin in the end for Rafinha because we had the episode where Rafinha was trying to say, "I don't want to come off. I'm not coming off." But yeah, like even when it was mooted that Sam Greenwood might come on, I just got more annoyed because I'm like, the board have put us in a position where we're relying on these kids, but then also what they've then done is, because they're making all these kids, or Bielsa, if you like, have had to play in the first team. The under-23s have now been relegated, and Jesse and the club are saying prior to that, we want to have the best academy in the world, best academy players. We're not even in the Premier League 2 anymore. It's laughable. From top to bottom. Put ourselves in this scenario, and it's so disappointing. We've conceded 3+ goals this season at Ellen Road against City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Man United, Tottenham, Villa, Chelsea. Just so disappointing and massive gulf tonight. massive gulf in quality, which okay, I understand, but you've got to have a go. You've got to be competitive, and we've been that before. We showed that at Stamford Bridge. But we made it impossible for ourselves tonight. Red cards, silly tactical decisions, wrong players in wrong positions. Just everything was all wrong. And again, I just don't have confidence going into Brighton. And then we get suspension and injury wars as well. So wow, and there you have it. I've just seen someone on Twitter sphere saying Marsh should be sacked. I mean, is there any point at this stage? Probably not. We just got to sleepwalk our way. I don't know. Yeah, it's all about Sunday, isn't it? We've just got to hope and pray again. Hope and pray that whatever plan he puts out, it actually works, because it's not worked up until this point. And everyone will say about the 5 games that we were undefeated, and I myself after Watford said, I think that's us, and didn't expect the others to get results, and they did. But yeah, I mean the results weren't that great, really, were they? When you look at it, it weren't enough. It wasn't enough. Yeah, sad times. I don't know what to say, really. Like you say, it's been 20 minutes of just pure depression. But that's where my head's at, folks. What more have we got at the minute? But I do think he's out of his depth. He's saying that performances haven't been too bad when you take away aspects like the red card. Is the guy smoking drugs? Is he smoking drugs? Because that's terrible. Shocking for me. Mental. I'll leave it on that, because that is proper dumbfounded for me to say that performances have been okay minus red cards. No, they've not. If you've stayed to the end, thank you. And yeah, I might do something tomorrow. We'll have a see. Thank you as always for watching, and enjoy the rest of the evening. I'll see you in a bit. Peace out. Leeds.